Hi, kids. Okay, so Stanley Kubrick's next film is Spartacus, released in 1960. But if you've been watching the videos, you might be wondering, how does Stanley Kubrick, who hasn't really had any box office success, critical acclaim, no box office success, get to direct a big budget, huge epic? Well, the answer is Kirk Douglas. So, following paths of glory, Kirk Douglas goes on in his career. Kubrick goes on with his. Kubrick attempts to make a couple of projects. He had about 2 scripts that he was working on. I don't think they ever really made past the script stages. Nothing came of it. Meanwhile, Kirk Douglas goes and, as a producer, he actually is an executive producer on this film, starts making Spartacus with Anthony Mann, who I believe I should have mentioned in my film noir series for sure. Uh, Anthony Mann is the director. Filming starts. I think they're like a week into filming. Mann and Douglas have some disagreements. Mann is fired from the project, and eventually, with talking to the other producers, it's decided that we'll ask Stanley Kubrick to come in and take over. Who was Kirk Douglas's original choice, anyways? But the studios didn't want Stanley Kubrick because, well, one, he's young. Kubrick, I think, around this age is 27, 30, somewhere in there, 27. So he's a young director, hasn't made anything this big yet. So it's a lot to put an unproven young director into, but Kirk Douglas has worked with him. Paths of Glory. That turned out great. But he gets hired. Kubrick is a little frustrated because production's already start. He's got to get to work on Monday, so he doesn't have his usual time to prep and research. And also, he's not too happy with the script because he can't really have time to have his way with it. Kubrick likes to do things his way. Um, there was polls and things that he didn't like in the script, attention to detail that he didn't think was present. So the script was based on a novel. The novel was written by Howard Fast, so he wrote the first draft of the screenplay. Douglas didn't like that, so Dalton Trumbo comes in, writes a draft of the screenplay, and then here comes Kubrick, and he's not too happy with it either. So he had a hard time with that, and he found some challenges during production. Uh, Kirk Douglas doesn't become very happy with him because he strips a bunch of lines and dialogue from the film that he thought was corny and cheesy and stupid. So he script. I think Douglas doesn't say anything for like the first 20 minutes into the film. Douglas wasn't happy with that. A lot of the crew, the cast, the British cast, who were older, more experienced, felt like this young guy shouldn't be just waltzing in here telling me what to do, how to do my job. Same with the crew members. Same with his cinematographer, Russell Meddy. Um, he's had some disparaging things during production to say about Kubrick, production staff, everybody clashing with Kubrick. But it's released. It had a $12 million budget, which I think Path of Glory was, what, 9? Anyways, $12 million budget. It made $17 million at the box office, so Kubrick finally gets some butts in the seats. It is nominated for 6 Academy Awards. There's some recognition there. It wins 4 of them, including Best Cinematography for Russell Meddy, who didn't like what Kubrick was doing and had a different vision from what he was forced to do. So maybe Kubrick, what he's doing. But this is, after this, Kubrick will say, no, no more. I'm not doing anything like this anymore in regards to not having control over the project. From this point on, he will develop everything from a seed and grow it. Control freak, maybe, but visionary, maybe? I don't know. What do you think? So that is it for Spartacus. Obligatory joke. Low-hanging fruit. I'm Spartacus. I don't know if you knew that, but that's me, Spartacus. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe.